Hey guys, it's Julie. How is it going today? How is everybody doing? As you are tuning in and as people start to jump on here, what I want to know from you is how long you have been in network marketing. So drop me the number of years or the number of months. Let me know how long you have been in the industry, and I can tell you a little bit about me for those of you that don't know me. I have been in the network marketing industry for about 4 years now. I have had great success, not just once but twice in my company, but before and even just a little bit too on the side is I'm a licensed professional counselor, right? So I get so much about fear, anxiety, in my group that I have going over there, guys. Like, I get it, right? I get that fear and anxiety can really stop us truly in our tracks, right? Like, I'm a huge believer in cognitive behavioral therapy and thoughts causing feelings and all of that stuff, all right? So as you're tuning in, let me know where it is you're coming in from. Make sure you say, hey, how are you? And then drop me an emoji and let me know what your weather is like, all right? And if you're new to me, make sure you put new in the comments so that I can send you over some freebies. But yeah, so long story short is basically 4 years ago, I was asked to join in my network marketing company. And a part of me was like, are you crazy? I don't need this, right? I don't need another thing on my plate. I'm a mom, I'm a school counselor, I'm a therapist. Like, I got enough going on. I don't need anything else. And then I was asked to join a network marketing company, and a little part of me said no because I was afraid. I was afraid of not being successful. I was afraid of failing. I was afraid of reaching my goals, all right? So if this is you, if you feel the fear that I have felt, can you put a 1 in the comments, right? So yes, so many of us are fearful of really going after our dreams. It really stops us in our tracks. And maybe each week we say we're going to restart, we're going to start again, we're going to do it again. Next week is a new week, we're going to do something different. So if that's you, if you're that person that wants to restart every single week, put a 2 in the comments below, all right? Because I've got for you guys some tips, right? So like I said, a part of me that was saying no to the opportunity of being in network marketing was the fear of failing, right? I had failed in an entrepreneurial journey in the past. I was a handbag owner. On paper, it sounds great, yada, yada, yada. That's a story for another time. But I was afraid of failing. I was afraid of putting myself out there again and not to be successful, right? What to do is I had to work up here in my brain. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys today is one of the strategies, one of the tips that I have used in order to be successful. Hey, Michelle, how are you, girl? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Jackie, nice to see you. All right. So this is what I want to tell you, all right? You need to write down why, due to poor connection, you need to write down why you want to start your network marketing journey. What is your why, right? And then what I want you to do is I want you to take, so this is kind of like a worksheet activity, right? So write down your why, right? And then underneath your why, I want you to write down all of the fears that you have, right? Whether it's fear of success, whether it's fear of giving up time with your family, whether it's fear of failure, whatever it is, write out those fears that you have written down, okay? So you've got your why on the top, then you've got your fears underneath it, okay? Sorry, phone call. I want you to look at those fears and then I want you to analyze them, all right? And I want you to ask yourself this really important question. What is more important, my why above or my fears, okay? If the fears are more important, if they are stronger than your why, guys, then your why is not strong enough and you need to revisit it, right? So if you are saying, fear of failure, okay, now look at the why that you have. If your fear of failure is stronger than your why, then we need to reevaluate your why because it's not strong enough. or we need to tweak what's going on with what that fear is and try to overcome that fear, all right? So what you need to do is you need to then underneath, so you've got your why, then you've got your fears, and rank those fears, right? Like rank them from 1 to 10, being which one is the least fearful for you and which one is the most fearful for you. And let's slowly conquer them and get rid of those fears, okay? Let's compare them to their why, let's analyze them, and then what I want you to ask yourself is this really important question. I want you to ask yourself if you're gonna have regret, right? I like to live my life, I like to live everything I do with no regret and no excuses, okay? So if you are going to have regret for not building your business, if you are going to have regret for stopping yourselves in your track, if you're going to have regret for not hitting your goals, then you know that you need to push past that fear. Hey Amber, how are you, girl? Thanks for tuning in. So you need to have, so you need to have your why, then the fears and what those fears are that are holding you back, and then no excuses, no regret, all right? So the idea behind this is our thoughts cause us to feel a certain way, right? And so when we're having these negative thoughts about fear, we're stopping ourselves in the track. But if we have our why and it's strong enough, Amber's saying she struggles with it. Amber, you're not alone, girl. So make sure you're sharing this video because you're so not alone with everybody that struggles, all right? And I always love, if you put share, let me put this, if you put share randomly, I love to do drawings, to give out some free coaching sessions, to give out one of my resources for free, one of my courses. So just make sure you put share in the comments and I will definitely shout you out and you might be entered to win something as well. But going back to our thoughts and our feelings, right? So our thoughts cause us to feel a certain way. So we have to have this overarching why, because this why is so powerful and it's so impactful and it's going to help bring out our ability to be successful, right? And so then you have your fears, and then you have to ask yourself these really important questions. Will I have regret if I don't build my business? Will I have regret if I don't work my business today? And if the answer is yes, guys, which 99% of the time, let's be honest, it is yes, then you need to do some reevaluating, okay? You need to write down your fears, write them all up, shred them up, burn them, whatever it is. I promise it's therapeutic in itself to do just that, okay? And thank you for the share, Amber. I appreciate it. Take those fears, guys, rip them up, shred them, move past them, have that why, like I said, at the top of your paper. I have so many strategies that I can give you to overcome the fear. Because when you do, you will see ultimate success, right? You will see your business flourish because you're not going to have regret. You're not going to have excuses. You're not going to be restarting your business all of the time. All right, so those are some pretty powerful things that you guys can do to help you overcome your fear, right? I know from my group that I have and from my coaching clients that I have, the number one thing that holds people back from reaching the success that they want with their business is fear. So you've got to overcome the fear, right? We talk about this chicken list. We talk about this list that you need to go and you need to reach out to people. I gotta tell you, I used to have a chicken list. I don't have a chicken list anymore, guys. I have nobody that I would be afraid to ask to join my team or to join me in this business. And I gotta tell you how freeing it is to have that, right? Because I've overcome the fear of being successful. I've overcome the fear of failure, right? I've overcome the fear of all of these things because of all of the work that I've done, both as a counselor and as a person that overcomes fear and struggle and self-doubt and all of those things. So I hope that this is helpful for you guys. The reality is if your fear is stronger than your why, then we need to work on your why. Then we need to figure out what it is that's your true reasons behind wanting to do a business, right? What if it's not just freedom? What if it's you know, the ability to take less stress off of your husband because you guys are fighting more, right? Finances are tough, you guys are struggling, so there's that fight, right? So you gotta really like break down what that why is. It might not just be like financial freedom. It's gonna be the freedom to not fight with my husband, or the freedom to be able to provide for my kids in a way that I was brought up to be, whatever it may be, all right? So you gotta dial into your why to overcome the fears that come up. So when I was able to do that, after I jumped in and I, did network marketing, and I jumped in and I was really fearful that I was gonna fail, I used the strategies that I'm teaching you guys here, and I gotta tell you, it really works, all right? So make sure you're sharing this. Like I said, Amber, thank you for the share. Make sure you're sharing this out. Because there's some great tips in here that are going to help your team, that are going to help your friends overcome their struggles, overcome their abilities to drive their business forward. All right, so if you are not in my mastermind group, make sure you put mastermind group, put group in the comments. I'll make sure that I add you. And then if you guys do find that you're like struggling and you can't get it all together, message me. Let's set up a coaching session. I'm here for you guys, and let me know what other questions you have. Have a great one. Bye.